Welcome back to another episode of Recapping 90 Day Fiance. We are covering the tell-all. This is part 1, and I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I decided to do a reaction recap video. It just seemed a little bit more suitable for the format that the tell-all is presented in. Let's get started. Today we're going to cover Rob and Sophie. So you know what that means. Sit down, buckle up, and let's go for a ride. All right, my Panda pals, let's get started. 90 Day Fiance, the couples tell all. Hang on to your butts. So everyone starts filtering into the space, and we got Nikki coming in looking like a pink popsicle princess. We got Ashley coming in, saging up the space. We got Jasmine and Gino coming in saying they got 99 problems, and their total lack of effective communication is at the heart of each and every single one of them. And then this couple walks in, and I'm like, who the heck are these two? And it's Rob and Sophie. It looks like Sophie is sporting a brand new do these days. Oh, she's brunette. Oh my God. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, it's better than the wig she was wearing before. I don't know. I kind of liked her as a blonde, but her hair looks very shiny and healthy, so good for her.
I've gone back dark to my natural color. I only went blonde because Rob told me to.
I've never told her that I prefer blonde. I actually really like her hair dark.
Oh my God. Already. You know for a fact that he said he wanted a blonde. I don't believe him, period.
Being here and having others judging the relationship, it does make me a little uneasy.
Because he knows he's gonna get roasted.
I would love to not relive the sexting, but I'm sure that it's gonna come up.
Of course it's gonna come up. You barely even addressed it. You were just like, I didn't cheat on you. And then later you were like, oh yeah, I cheated on you, but let's stop bringing it up. Everyone is settling in backstage, and Nikki comes in a little bit hot. She tells us that her and Igor have recently seen each other. She thought that everything was on the mend with their relationship, and then all of a sudden, again, Justin is like, hey, maybe we should just be friends.
He was the nicest guy. And
Who's everybody?
So calm,
Who's everybody?
so charismatic that nobody sees his faults. And
Dude's got a lot of faults.
Oh my God, it's so interesting how Rob can see the faults in other men, but he can't see it in himself, and that's so strange. People continue to filter in. We have Sam and Citra coming in, and Citra tells us that they have a very important announcement. I have a feeling it's a pregnancy. Put your bets down now.
Benito, one question, una pregunta.
What's up?
Oh, already.
¿Qué pasó con tu mami?
Oh, asking the important questions. Oh, I love it.
You must hate having this conversation about closet.
There's nothing else to say about it, really.
But what happened with Mom?
Hello?
Is Mom still in the closet? What's going on? You didn't answer his question. Everyone has arrived. Everyone has settled in. The cast gets beckoned on stage, and everyone prepares their hearts, their souls, and their buttholes.
Here we go.
Y protégeme, Señor, y con tu espíritu.
Protect me with your
You are protected. Your wife is a...
Pachamama save them all. Rob lets us know that they have moved from LA and are now kicking it in Austin, Texas. They say that the move was prompted because Austin has a lower cost of living, and Sophie just needed to get the hell out of his crappy studio apartment.
Is there a bathroom inside?
Yes, there is a bathroom.
Okay.
I can pee in my own home. It's great.
Every girl's dream, right?
Not having a bathroom be a deal breaker for anybody?
I don't think it would be a deal breaker. No, I think it would be a deal breaker. I think if I was 18, it wouldn't be a deal breaker. But at my current age, which is not 18, yeah, it would be a deal breaker.
Pero pienso que el amor es más fuerte.
Oh.
Girl, shut up. You had a bathroom inside the house.
Look at this positive. You can take your and go away from the house.
I just don't understand how anybody, Nikki included, looks at this man. Like, I can understand you look at him, you're like, oh, he's a decent looking, attractive guy. But the moment he opens his mouth, like, how do you stay attracted to him? He's just an idiot.
I've thought of it, I just ain't say it.
Okay.
Okay, you didn't say it. You did say, oh, if the bathroom was inside, it'd be dirtier. It's same thing. Shut up. As expected, Rob's infidelity does come up, and Rob does defend himself. He says he wasn't looking for anything in person, it was just for fun because Sophie wasn't present at the time, and that he never sent pictures of his dingling to other people. He just requested their boobalas and other bits and pieces to be sent to him.
The worst thing that I responded was send more.
No, that's not true. Don't downplay. He didn't just say, send me more.
Of course he doesn't give us all the information, right?
He'd be like, you look so sexy, hard for you, whatever the
I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting at home. Like, I haven't seen her in like a couple months.
I understand his position.
Oh, of course he does. Of course he does. Surprising no one, Justin Igor takes Rob's side.
He received the videos from random people when Sophie was not near him.
Not when she was in America.
If the justification that Rob has is it's not cheating because he wasn't going to ever be physical with them, right? But then he's also saying, you weren't here, like what else was I supposed to do? Okay, well, the women that you're talking to online aren't physically present either.
Girls, what do you think we can do home when you there?
I hate this man so much.
It's like virtual game. He's not cheating. He don't see anybody. This is like virtual game with the glasses.
I think that if you are going to tug the tiger and you are going to watch other people get it on, that is fine with me, right? I think it crosses a line when it's someone that you can actually have a conversation with, right? Because when you're watching adult entertainment, there's a wall, right? There's that fourth wall. You're not breaking it. You are a spectator. Whereas when you are texting someone on Instagram and saying, you're hot, can you show me your breasts? And then they text you their boobies. Like, now you have this emotional connection with them. They are real people to you. And that, I think that is what crosses the line for me.
You telling other women, oh, I want to you, you look so sexy, that's cheating.
I never told anybody I wanted to.
Not that statement, but I'm trying to tell him, like.
That doesn't make it any better that you didn't explicitly say that you wanted to pork them.
Can you be clear?
Oh my God! Are you kidding? He's getting mad. Look at her face. I can't believe that he's the one who purposefully leaves out information that makes him look bad, and he is getting mad at her for not being clear.
So since that incident, it hasn't happened again.
Oh God.
No.
I now check everything. Like before, when he came here, like I think people should have privacy and I didn't check stuff.
Right.
But now I just feel like I don't think he would do that to me again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Here's the thing. You can check all you want. When people's access to things are limited and they want access, they will figure out a way to get access to those things without you knowing. For example, I just learned, like, if parents put screen time lock on like text messaging on an iPhone, friends will just share notes from the Notes app back and forth and text that way. And that doesn't get logged on screen time because the parents are just tracking the Messages app. Sophie's mummy enters the chat, and to nobody's surprise, she still hates Rob, she still thinks he's a knob, and she still thinks that Sophie can do better.
Do you still stand by everything you said about Rob?
Yes.
If her opinion has not gotten better, that means that Sophie has not stopped complaining to her.
And in Mexico, Rob, who was paying the rent? Me.
She paid our rent in Mexico?
We're trying to hear.
She is lying.
Wait, so that means, let's forget Sophie's mom just said that she paid rent. That means that the entire time they were in Mexico, Rob didn't pay rent. So when Sophie's mom was like, why didn't you work harder to get a better situation before Sophie got here? And Rob was like, well, because all the money was going to places like Playa. You didn't spend any of your money. Like, this is proof that you weren't paying rent. So that's not really something that you can leverage as a slight against you.
She has this crazy opinion of me that is just inaccurate. You are the epitome of the pot calling the kettle black when it comes to responsibility, the kind of guys that you should allow in your life.
I don't know if I could stay with someone who spoke to my mom like that, because regardless of Sophie's mother's situation, her dating history, the mistakes that she's made, that's not what we're talking about. We're not trying to compare things. We're trying to say that you
are not doing enough for her daughter. That's her mom making all of these choices, dating, divorcing, whatever. Like, that doesn't change the fact that you still didn't do what they wanted you to do as a partner.
What did I do a month after we got married? I moved us away from the hood. I moved us into an apartment. We had the bathroom. Does she acknowledge it whatsoever? No.
You know what? If that's true, then that's fair. You should give him just like a little bit of leeway. Like, I understand that he is a piece of work. But if you want people to continue doing better, you do have to acknowledge the good that they've done to, it's like positive reinforcement, right? You got to give them a little cookie.
Like, do I regularly disrespect her at all?
Yes, to me.
What?
Oh, all the time.
I'm so curious what it's like in Rob's head. Like, the number of times he has said things that are so wildly hypocritical and also so inaccurate. His memory is just very rose-colored in his favor.
I think she comes off as a protective mom, but the way she's going about it is, not making him feel so great. And I also think they trigger each other.
You need to respect me like I'm supposed to respect you.
But you haven't friggin' known.
Sophie's with her mom. I'm by myself. Her mom isn't the one creating a life for her. Her mom isn't the one moving across the country to do better for her. And at the end of the day, everything I've done it gains me nothing in Sophie's favor as far as like, oh, this man really loves me.
Oh, that's so tough because I can see Rob being like, I've made so many changes, right? And nobody's saying anything. But the issue is Sophie wants 100 and Rob's been living at 5 his whole life, right? So for Sophie to be like, meet me at 100, Rob's like, okay, well, I got to 20 and that took a lot of energy and I'm doing so much, right? And he has moved that needle, right? But in the grand scheme of Sophie's perspective, he's still garbage, right? He's just slightly less so. So I feel bad because Rob probably is putting in a lot more effort than he is accustomed to, but it's not enough because of where he started. It's very clear that Sophie's mom is never going to be on Rob's side. I'm pretty sure at this point, Rob could become a millionaire and treat Sophie lavishly, and Sophie's mom will find something else, one small little thing that she can just tack on to and continue giving him grief about. They say goodbye to Sophie's mom, the cast go backstage to take a lunch break, and everyone continues discussing the state of Rob and Sophie's relationship. Rob continues to be really upset because Sophie clearly continues to take her mom's side, continues to tell him that he's not good enough, and Sophie kind of equivocates. She says that she's really happy with Rob treats her well, but then on the flip side, she says that her mom is only looking out for her, and her mom would like Rob if Rob treated her well.
I think he feels demasculated by her.
If Rob treats me good and does what he's supposed to do and all this stuff, like, my mom would like him.
But doesn't he treat you good?
And I just wish he would make me feel a bit more comfortable here.
I know that they're going to be on Happily Ever After, so I'm very interested to see what their day-to-day is in, where'd they move? Texas? Yeah. I'd be very interested to see what has changed, if anything.
I think at some point, if it doesn't change, I'll just get tired and move on from it. And that's why
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I've told him this.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to look at someone and be like, I don't love you anymore. Bye.
Okay, answer this. Your mom said that I should have forgot the K-1 visa process and not brought you to America when I did. Do you agree?
You had 2 years to find a different spot.
Technically, he did eventually move them out. So even though the process took longer than Sophie expected, he did ultimately do it. This is a conflicting feeling, me feeling this much empathy towards Rob. I don't know how to handle it. Because to a certain degree, it does kind of feel like they keep bringing up the same issues that have kind of already been resolved, right? Because they keep bringing up the fact that, like, he had 2 years to get ready and move to a different place. Like, yeah, okay, but he did move you out. You are not in that place anymore. So we really can't keep bringing that up because it's not an issue. What are some current issues, you know?
In Rob's defense, you get here and then you on it and then your mama on it and everybody on him. And, like, he's already come into a relationship already feeling a little undervalued. Like...
Okay, here's the... It's so weird to be feeling more and more on his side. You know how before I was just like, he keeps leaving things out and trying to put himself in a better light. I wonder if that is like a trauma response, right? Like because his day-to-day is his wife and his mother-in-law basically saying, you suck, you can't do anything right. So any like small mistake, I can imagine them just being like, see, you did it again. And he's probably in a really precarious situation where he really has to be 100% tip-top shape. Like any deviation from perfect and he's just slammed on. And so I can understand A, his frustration, and B, why he would feel the need to do like a slight lie by omission. Because the more and more that I rag on him and the more that, you know, people are talking, the more and more Sophie is kind of starting to sound a little princessy, a little like, it's all on you, I did everything perfect, like...
I never ever heard her say, thank you for holding it down. Thank you for make sure these bills are paid. I just would like to feel like you appreciate me because you don't have to work right now.
He just wants to be appreciated. Appreciated for what? Everything that he's doing.
Like regular appreciation.
Okay, when we do Happily Ever After, I'm gonna do a counter of how many times Sophie shows gratitude towards Rob.
You've never been grateful. It's not I'm grateful all the time.
He does these half-truths to make me sound bad, and it's not true.
Not a half-truth, Sophie.
You do these half-truths all the time.
He does do half-truths. He does.
Rob and Sophie's segment ends with Sophie basically saying she understands that maybe she hasn't been as appreciative of Rob's efforts as she should be, and she says that she will be more earnest in supporting and defending him against her mom, which she's already promised before, and it's clearly not happening. And with that, my Panda pals, we are at the end of this recap. The tell-all has been wild, I tell ya. I hate to be doing this couple by couple, but it is the most easily digestible way for me to get my recap / reactions out to you guys as soon as possible, because there is just a lot of content that I have to go through. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys will stick around for the other couples that I will be covering for the remainder of this week. Thank you so much for joining, and as always, thank you for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye!